Like every new technology, cloud platforms have benefits and they have risks. Let's look at both. One big benefit of cloud platforms is faster deployment. Rather than waiting days, maybe even weeks, for a new physical or virtual machine in your own data center, you can instead go to a public cloud platform and get a new VM or other computing resources in minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, a short period of time. This is very appealing to many developers. Cloud platforms also, as mentioned a moment ago, give you usage-based pricing. You can pay only for what you use. This is really attractive in some kinds of scenarios. For example, imagine an application that sells tickets online to concerts and sporting events and so on. Most of the time, this application has a relatively small load. But then tickets go on sale for Lady Gaga, and there's a huge spike for a couple of hours until the concert sells out. The load then goes back to normal. An application that handles that load with physical servers needs to have available enough physical machines to handle the spike. That's very expensive because those machines sit idle most of the time. With cloud platforms, however, you can pay only for the virtual machines or resources you need during the spike hours, then stop paying, shut them down, when the spike is over. Very attractive for some kinds of apps. Cloud platforms also allow less financial risk because you no longer have to invest upfront in hardware and software in your own data center. There are a number of firms today that have stopped growing their internal computing capacity, instead choosing to expand into public cloud platforms. Like SaaS applications, public cloud platforms also offer a reduced need for on-premises resources, servers, IT staff, and so on, because you do more work in the public cloud. And finally, one last benefit, easier upgrades. You're not running operating systems and other system software in your data center. Therefore, it's not your responsibility to upgrade those things in the same way, especially, as we'll see, with some kinds of cloud platforms. Those are the big benefits of cloud platforms. What are the main risks? Well, it turns out they're familiar because they're very similar to the main risks for software as a service cloud applications. Number one on the list in most people's estimation is that cloud platforms require you to trust your cloud platform provider for availability, for data security. The issues here are very much the same as with cloud applications. And as in the SaaS world, what I see happening is people learning to trust over time. Regulatory issues are also a concern here, as are laws various countries have about where data can be stored physically. Integration can be more difficult because tying together software running off-premises on cloud platforms can require more effort, more complexity than tying together software in a single data center. Cloud platforms can also have lower performance, depending heavily on where the application is running and where the users are. This is not usually about the actual CPU performance of the machines in the cloud. It's more often a network issue, and it's more of an issue in some parts of the world than others. Finally, one more concern is that cloud platforms can give developers less control. This is especially true for some kinds of cloud platforms, a topic I want to turn to next.